All right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive. Today we're looking into time slips.
Time slips?
Yeah, so we're not talking like the science fiction time travel.
Right, okay.
We're talking about these brief, unexplained shifts in time that people report where they catch glimpses of another era.
Yeah.
And so what's fascinating is that Sussex, England seems to be a hotspot for these reports.
Sussex?
Yeah, almost like a magnet for temporal anomaly.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah.
So we've got two captivating cases from Sussex to unpack today,
Okay.
both of which really paint a vivid picture.
Uh-huh.
One is a recent account from 2023.
Okay.
A mother and daughter driving when their ordinary journey takes a sharp turn into the medieval period.
Wow.
And then we have a seasoned hiker
Okay.
back in 1981 who encounters what appears to be a medieval village,
Yeah.
only to have it vanish completely.
Okay. Interesting. It is interesting that there seems to be a concentration of reports from Sussex. That definitely is intriguing, and it makes you wonder, is there something unique about that location?
Right.
Or is it just a statistical anomaly?
Yeah, and what's striking is the consistency in the reported time period.
Right. Medieval. Yeah. This isn't something that we see universally in time slip accounts.
Right.
It makes you wonder if there's a connection to Sussex's rich medieval history.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Possibly.
So let's rewind to 2023.
Okay.
Kate and her daughter are just cruising along
Yeah.
when suddenly this spreading circle appears around their car.
What?
They describe being enveloped by this circle.
Oh.
And the next thing they know,
Okay.
they're in a bustling medieval village.
A bustling medieval village.
They describe the sights, the sounds, even the smells,
Really?
as if they've stepped right into a history book.
Wow.
But here's the really eerie detail.
Okay.
No one in the village seems to notice them.
They don't notice them.
It's like they're ghosts just observing this other time.
So they're just passing through.
Yeah.
Like they're not even there.
Exactly.
Wow.
And Kate's description of this phenomenon as a time tube
A time tube.
is particularly interesting.
That's a very evocative image.
Yeah.
A time tube.
It brings to mind the idea of a temporary portal or a wormhole
Yeah.
connecting 2 points in time.
Yeah.
It's not a description we see in every account,
Right.
but it does resonate with certain theories about how time slips might function.
Yeah, and it sort of speaks to that we're not really sure what's going on with time,
Right.
but there are these ideas
Yeah.
that it's not this linear thing
Right.
that we think it is.
Yeah, it's a powerful image, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears back to 1981 and our experienced hiker.
Okay.
He's on a familiar path overlooking the landscape when he spots what appears to be a medieval village below.
Yeah.
It's not a fleeting glimpse.
Okay.
He observes it for a while,
He observes it. Okay.
decides to investigate, and actually begins to hike down towards it.
Okay.
But as he gets closer, the village simply disappears.
It disappears.
And the most puzzling detail is that there's no trace of it.
There's no trace.
No ruins,
Yes.
no foundations, nothing to suggest there was ever any settlement in that location.
Wow, so it just blinked out of existence?
Yeah.
That is fascinating. This
Yeah.
vanishing village phenomenon is fascinating.
Yeah.
It aligns with the concept of a localized temporal anomaly,
Okay.
a specific area where the fabric of time
Right.
seems to be distorted, allowing glimpses of a different era.
So almost like
Yeah.
a weak spot.
Yeah, a
Anyway.
weak spot in time. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Some researchers speculate that time slips might be linked to electromagnetic anomalies.
Okay.
Sussex, as it happens, has unique geological formations.
Right.
Could there be a connection?
Yeah. And both Kate and the hiker
Right.
had these incredibly vivid visual experiences.
Yeah.
But Kate's was this dynamic, almost fluid shifting circle, whereas the hiker saw something that appeared stable,
Yeah.
leading him to believe it was solid and real.
Hmm.
Could that suggest different types of time slips?
Possibly.
Or perhaps different ways we perceive them?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, the sheer volume of time slip accounts,
Right.
many with very specific details,
Yeah.
can't be easily dismissed.
Right.
While we lack a concrete scientific explanation,
Yeah.
these accounts raise some fundamental questions about our understanding of time and reality.
Sure.
It's easy to brush them off as hallucinations or misinterpretations,
Right.
but what if there's something more to it?
Yeah.
What if our perception of time isn't as linear or fixed as we think?
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
You mentioned earlier that Sussex has a lot of reported medieval time slips.
Right.
and that's not common in other places.
Right.
Are there any other recurring patterns in terms of locations or time periods in time slip reports?
Yeah, some researchers have observed that time slips often seem to cluster around places with historical significance.
Okay.
Battlefields, ancient ruins, places where significant events have occurred.
Okay.
It's as if these locations hold some kind of temporal echo, making them more susceptible to these anomalies.
Interesting.
As for time periods,
Yeah.
we see a range, but certain eras like the Victorian era or World War II seem to pop up more frequently.
So what is it about these time slips that capture our imaginations? Why are we so drawn to these stories?
I think they tap into a fundamental human fascination with time and the unknown.
Okay.
They offer a glimpse into the possibility of other realities existing alongside our own, a chance to connect with the past in a tangible way.
Absolutely. It's like a window into what was or perhaps what could be.
Exactly.
So, to wrap up, we've got this intriguing cluster of time slips in Sussex, often with a medieval theme, incredibly detailed first-hand accounts, and a whole lot of unanswered questions about what causes them and how they work.
And perhaps even more importantly, they make us question our own perception of time.
Right.
What if, just for a moment, the boundaries between past, present, and future become a little blurred?
It's a thought-provoking concept, that's for sure.
Yeah.
If you could step into a time slip, what period would you choose to glimpse and why? Think about that, and until next time, keep exploring the world in all its dimensions.
Yeah.